people understood that we live in a web of relationships with all other species of animals and plants, with the air, the water, the soil, and the sunlight. We are created out of these things. And when you live in such a web of relationships, we have responsibilities. So clean water, like clean air, is a gift from nature. And we have a responsibility to protect it. And we're burning more and more fossil fuel than nature can reabsorb. So the gases are building up and the planet is getting warmer. And still we're arguing about, oh, well, you know, we can't do that. It'll destroy our economy. We don't want to pay a carbon tax to pay to pollute. It's suicidal, the path that we're on now.
Hi everyone, this is Elizabeth and welcome to Sube la Vibra. Today our special guest is Dr. David Suzuki. Dr. David, thank you very much for being here with us.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
It is my honor and I am really, really very grateful. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a third generation Canadian. My grandparents came to Canada early in the 1900s from Japan. And so my mother and father were born and raised in Canada. When Japan attacked Pearl Harbor in 1941, even though we were Canadian born and Canadian citizens, we were declared enemy aliens of Canada.
Wow.
And lost all of my father's property, and we were shipped into camps in the mountains for 3 years. And when the war ended, the province of British Columbia, where most Japanese were, said, we don't want them anymore. So they have to go east of the Rocky Mountains to the rest of Canada or go to Japan.
Wow.
And anyway, we went east and ended up in Ontario. And anyway, that's some of my background.
What an impressive experience, no? This YouTube channel talk about spirituality and science. And I decided to stop for a while because I was looking the right person to explain who we are. I consider that you are the perfect person to explain who we are.
Well, let's see whether that's true.
So are we air, the air that we breathe?
Well, of course. You know, we're fighting right now. We have a province called Alberta, which is like Texas in the United States. It's the oil province. That's what their economy is built on. And the premier of Alberta says to the rest of the Canada and the world, look, it's none of your business what we're doing with our oil here. They're making electricity by burning fossil fuels. And he acts as if the air somehow stays within Alberta's borders. So what he does doesn't matter. Every time you take a breath of air, you're breathing in atoms and molecules that were in the bodies of dinosaurs 65 million years ago. You breathe air. There are molecules that were in the bodies of Shakespeare and Marie Antoinette. You know, air is this special thing that is a gift from nature. I keep telling people, if you don't have air for 3 to 4 minutes, you're dead. If you have to breathe polluted air, you're sick. So do we not all agree that air, which is created by nature, if we didn't have plants, there would be no oxygen in the air. Air is this creation of nature that we get. And what I breathe in, when I breathe out, it goes out up the noses of everybody else around. We're embedded in this matrix of air around the world. And we, in receiving air, have a responsibility to protect that air for everyone else and for the rest of life. So air should be one of the foundations of all human societies. We get this gift from nature and we accept the responsibility of caring for it. And that's what's going on right now, and the struggle with climate change now. We have changed the chemistry of the air with our pollutants that we're putting in, with our pesticides we're spraying around, but most importantly, with the greenhouse gases that we're releasing, like carbon dioxide and methane and so on. And we've built up these greenhouse gases. Normally, nature takes carbon dioxide out of the air and puts oxygen back in it. But of course, we're clear cutting our forests and we're burning more and more fossil fuel than nature can reabsorb. So the gases are building up and the planet is getting warmer. And still we're arguing about, oh, well, we can't do that. It'll destroy our economy. We don't want to pay a carbon tax to pay to pollute. It's suicidal, the path that we're on now.
Yes.
We are air. Whatever we do to the air, we're doing directly to ourselves.